If you've ever sat down to meditate, you know the feeling, right? You're trying to find a little bit of peace, and your mind just goes into overdrive. It's a struggle we all face. But what if? What if we've been approaching this whole thing completely backwards? Let's dig into a new way of thinking about this that might just change everything.
So you sit down, you close your eyes, you're ready for calm, and bam! The to-do lists. That awkward thing you said yesterday. Plans for next week. It all comes flooding in. And it's so easy to feel like you're failing at it. But I promise you, this experience is about as universal as it gets. You are not alone in this. And our first instinct is always to fight back, isn't it? A thought pops up, and we immediately go, oh no, distraction, get out of here, I have to force it away. We end up in this ridiculous wrestling match with ourselves, trying to use our mind to beat our mind into submission. It's exhausting.
Okay, now hang on, because this is where the entire perspective shifts. Instead of fighting the thought, let's just pause and ask a totally different question. When that distraction shows up, something in you notices it. Something is aware that it's there. So, who or what is that?
This looks like such a tiny little change in words, but honestly, it's a seismic shift. We usually say, my mind is so disturbed, which really just means I am disturbed. But with this new perspective, we create a little space. You're not the disturbance itself. You are the one who is aware of the disturbance. See the difference? Let's give it a name. Let's call it the knower. This is your core awareness. And think about it. This awareness was there in the quiet moment before the thought showed up. It's right there during the thought. And it's going to be there long after that thought just fades away. It's the constant, silent background to, well, to everything.
And here is the absolute knockout punch of this whole idea. The part of you that knows about the disturbance is not itself disturbed. The awareness that sees anger isn't angry. The awareness that notices anxiety isn't anxious. You are that awareness.
Okay, so if you're this undisturbed knower, what does that actually feel like? I get it. It can sound a little abstract. So let's use a really powerful metaphor that makes this idea totally clear. Let's stop thinking of yourself as the weather and start thinking of yourself as the sky. So, a big, dark cloud rolls in, right? It could be a tough thought, a heavy feeling. It might even be so big it blocks out the sun and fills your entire view. It feels all-consuming.
But here's the magic. That cloud passes right through the sky, but it doesn't leave a stain. It doesn't change the sky's actual nature one bit. The sky was blue and vast before the cloud, and it's going to be blue and vast long after that cloud is gone. The sky just is.
So let's just lay it all out. All those things going on in your head, your thoughts, your feelings, all those disturbances, they're just clouds. They're weather patterns. And what does weather do? It always passes. You aren't the weather. You are the vast, open, and totally unchanging sky that it's all happening in.
That sky metaphor is a great start. But let's go a little deeper. Just how pure, how untouchable is this core awareness we're talking about? There's another analogy that really drives this home.
Okay, stick with me here. Imagine you could somehow scoop up a piece of the sky and put it inside a simple clay pot. That little bit of sky in the pot, that's your awareness. And the pot itself, that's your mind in any given moment.
So let's play this out. If the pot, your mind, is filled with smoke, from burning desires or whatever, does the sky inside get smoky? Nope. If the pot is caked with mud and dirt, does the sky inside get dirty? Of course not. And what if you fill the pot with pure, clean water? Does that make the sky more pure? No way.
The condition of the container has absolutely no effect on what it contains. And that's the big takeaway here. Your fundamental awareness is always pure, always clear, always untouched, no matter how chaotic or sad or even happy your mind happens to be in that moment.
So this is all really fascinating, but what does it mean for our actual lives? Well, this isn't about adding some new complicated mental exercise. It's actually about recognizing something that's been there the whole time, like a built-in source of comfort.
It's so simple, but so profound. Your true nature, that peaceful, aware part of you, is never not here. It's not something you have to go out and find or achieve. It's the very foundation of who you are, and it's always, always present.
And this is a really important point. The goal isn't to walk around all day repeating a mantra like, I am awareness, I am awareness. That's just adding another cloud to the sky. It's more like knowing your own name. You don't think about it all day long, but if someone asks you, the answer is just there, instantly. This piece is just as available as that.
Okay,
Let's wrap this up with probably the most simple and comforting analogy of all. Think of this deep, silent awareness as your favorite pillow.
You don't carry your pillow around with you all day, right? You don't obsess about it. But you know, without a doubt, that at any moment, whenever you feel tired or overwhelmed, you can go to it, rest your head, and find instant comfort. Your true peaceful nature is always there, just waiting for you to decide to rest in it.
And that really brings us to the final, transformative question. What if the whole goal of meditation, of this whole practice, isn't about fighting to silence a noisy mind? What if it's just about remembering the quiet you that's always been there, listening to it all, shifting your focus from the clouds to the sky? That, right there, changes the whole game. Thanks for digging into this with me.